Okay, so here we go then. It's race number 5 already. We're going to USA. It is the Miami Grand Prix. Let's see what we've got up in this week first. Before that, let's check we've got any development points on our drivers. Absolutely none. I'm not surprised, really. After Stroll bins it off. Board, confidence, checking in 3 months' time. And our performance is still diabolical. This car is like a green tractor at the minute. That's the only way I could describe it. We are low in all them stats. Gearboxes on both Stroll and Vettel's car are now ready to be changed. We've still got 3 in the pool to use for the season, and we've now just had the hours for development reset, but we've got both our underfloor and side pods still underway. 5 engineers on both. Side pods are done now, so that frees up 5 engineers for us. So we'll make sure that we get them out and about doing the next bit of R&D. Let's get some of them side pods in first though, before the Miami Grand Prix. Miami Grand Prix is today. Do we just take an emergency one? 375k per part, but we will get them today before the race. Let's do that. Let's just take one of them and we'll stick that on Sebastian Vettel's car. I'm going to do some design for this season. We've got underfloor still underway as it is. Not done a chassis yet, so I'll just put some hours into developing a chassis for this season. Go for race performance. We might not be qualifying the best, but we'll definitely be taking some places up the grid with race performance. 5 engineers and we'll rush that. So it's 17 days there until that's ready, so hopefully I'll have that in 2 races time. Performance targets for this weekend in Miami, not going to bother again. This team is so inconsistent. As we just double check what parts are worth having on the car. So high speed is better on them other wings, but problem is that you actually lose top speed. We put the side pods on Sebastian's car, which were definitely an enhancement. And we'll have a quick look at the standings board here. Vettel and Stroll 0 points, so that is not great.
We're in the state of year-round summer. It's the Miami Grand Prix, and we're here in Florida at the Miami International Autodrome.
Okay, so we did our P3 practice session, 100% track acclimatization for Seb, 92 for Lance. Hopefully they're at 1 with the car as Q1 ends here. Our first lap for Stroll, he didn't get any traffic and he was doing quite well. Sebastian looked like he run into a lot of traffic and sits himself in the bottom 5. Ken Magnussen out of the session. Had a crash which caused Sebastian to lose time. Bump into that traffic. Sebastian puts himself 10th there, and that is a handy place. Stroll, can he do anything? No. Stroll doesn't move himself out of the bottom 5. It's not even that, it's the bottom 4. Sebastian gets through to Q2 though. So Lance will start the race in P17. But Sebastian Vettel has dragged the green tractor into Q2. Let's see how he gets on. Fit him with a fresh pair of softs and get out into quali. So our first run put us 5.8 seconds behind the leader and put us P15. Surely we can improve on that on this last run before Q2 closes. We're out on the track first. The car doesn't even sound fast at the minute. So push on there, avoiding the curb. Green sector 1. Although being 5.8 seconds behind the leader, you'd imagine it's near impossible to not have a green sector 1. I mean, we're 2.2 seconds behind George Russell, who's in P14, 1 place above us. Green sector 2, a lot of that curb there. And the DRS will open up now. Down this long straight, you'll see plenty of overtaking opportunities in the race on this straight. Hitting 280 kilometres, 290 kilometres, 300 kilometres per hour, 310. We're going fast. The tractor is going fast. I wonder how fast some of the actual good cars go on this track. As we come along the last 2 corners, finishing line coming up, what do we set? We put ourselves provisional P6, although there's a lot of cars that can knock us down there. Already P9, P10. Will Zhou Guanyu knock us down? Yes, he does. Where do we start there? It looks like P12. P12 is respectable from Sebastian. Them side pods really must have made a difference.
F1 action. It's race day.
Aston Martin performed well during the qualifying session, and they're rewarded with a good grid position for the race. Fine.
So here we go then, let's get the 2 drivers set up for the race. We're going to go aggressive with Sebastian Vettel, 2-stop strategy, soft tyres, hard tyre, medium tyre, all aggressive. Lance Stroll, we're going to play the long game here, 1-stop strategy, hard tyre, all the way through to lap 35, and then we're going to box him onto the mediums and hope that he just outlasts other cars.
It seems like nothing can dampen the mood of excitement here at the track. And there's Sebastian Vettel. They're in the back half of the pack, so they'll need to work hard if they want a podium finish. There's Lance Stroll, down the grid. They're starting in the bottom half of the grid today, so there's a lot of cars between them and the podium. Everything's been building to this. One of the newest races in F1, and hopefully one of the most exciting too. It's the Miami Grand Prix. It's lights out, and away we go.
Okay, so here we go then. We're on overtake mode for ERS for both drivers. Sebastian Vettel is aggressive on the soft tyres, so hopefully he'll make some places up. Won't be too surprised if we see Lance Stroll drop back a little bit, as Sebastian already takes his first place on Zhou Guanyu. Nicely done round the outside there. Can he make it stick? Good confidence there from his race engineers. He now looks at Lando Norris.
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place.
So it's Lando Norris up next in the McLaren. Zhou obviously still routing his tail. We're only 4 or 5 corners in. Lance Stroll sitting in 17th. Got both Williams behind him, and Kevin Magnussen, who didn't do a qualifying lap as he binned it out. The look on board with Sebastian looking down the inside. Will he try a move? Looks a bit fat. Oh my word, what a move that is on the brakes. Can he get round in front of Lando? Squeezes Lando onto the apex. Goes round the outside and gets the car in front. What a great move. And Sebastian Vettel.
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
I don't want to alarm anyone, but Sebastian Vettel is up into points position. This is a 1-point position for Sebastian Vettel. Still in overtake mode on the ERS. Lance Stroll in 17th. Not really moving, but Lance is in for the long haul. Sebastian, is he going to take another place? I Valtteri Bottas here. He could move up into P9. Oh, has that Alpine of Ocon just hindered Sebastian Vettel there? Or has it actually helped? He's in front of the Alfa Romeo.
This is good.
And there we go. Switch Sebastian back onto the neutral ERS 50% battery. I'm going to keep some of that. Sebastian Vettel is moving fast on these tyres. So lap 3, DRS is enabled. We've been chasing Esteban Ocon down for quite a while now. So DRS will obviously help us during this lap. As we get down this long straight, I mentioned it in qualifying, you'll see overtakes here done. The most likely place. That's where we got Valtteri Bottas. As Ocon moves alongside to get in Alonso's slipstream, his teammate, and he is gaining on him, can we make something of this? Oh, the 2 Alpines are fighting. Look how squirrely Esteban Ocon is. That hinders us massively. As we start lap 5 now. And we get to that back straight yet again. But this time we clear Esteban Ocon. As long as we can keep that move going. Ocon has the inside. Look how far Ocon squeezes there. He's on a hard tyre, so we should make this dead easy. There we go. Switch ERS back down. We gave Sebastian permission to use the fuel.
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place.
And now it'll be down to Vettel and Alonso, the two veterans of F1 on this grid, chasing each other down. Vettel making sure he's in that slipstream of the Alpine. Just needs to make sure that he isn't caught unaware of the other Alpine in Ocon behind him. Lance Stroll still playing that very long game in P17. Pierre Gasly being backed up in front of him. Could he make a move there? Vettel trying to get close to Alonso, and he does get the move done there, but has he done it at the wrong time?
Martin have just gained a race position. Here's the replay. Let's have a look here. This was the Aston Martin.
So he's done it very nicely on the inside there on Alonso, and then just got his car in front as they come into this tight left and right.
Moving up a position.
But is Vettel's problem that he's overtook him just before this long straight? So Vettel being told it is pit stop time on the aggressive strategy that he's on. It's going to go on the hard tyre here.
Copy that.
So he comes into the pit lane. Looking, where will he come out? He's come out in front of the Williams of Alex Albon. And behind Lance Stroll. As others start to make their pit stops now.
Car in the wall.
Oh.
Yeah.
So there is a car in the wall. Who is it?
Yellow ahead.
Who is in the wall? As Lance Stroll makes a move on Pierre Gasly. That is a lovely move. Out brakes Pierre into the last corner.
Goodness me.
Them hard tyres still doing the job for Lance.
Been a crash. Sounds like a
So it's
single
Perez.
car.
Perez has
Let's see
crashed.
what happened there.
Let's see what's happened
We're
here.
just watching the Red Bull.
Oh, he's caught the apex and he's rear wing straight into the barrier.
That's very.
There's a
Aston Martin
jump
with
back
a great
on.
play there. They've moved up a place. Let's take a
With
look
Lance
at the
Stroll
replay.
here.
Let's have a look here. This was the Aston Martin.
Oh, Lance Stroll's gone down the inside, nipped his car in front, squeezes Schumacher onto the wall. All legal. Stroll's managed to worm his way up into 12th there. Them hard tyres really coming into their own now as Sebastian Vettel makes a move on Pierre Gasly. Goes down the inside. Mick Schumacher comes across. That is nicely done.
This is good.
Sebastian aggressive on the hard tyre. Is he going to try with a Mick Schumacher now? Wow, what a move. Double overtake
Looks like
for
Aston
Sebastian.
Martin have just gained a race position.
Sebastian's in the mood today.
Nicely done.
Sebastian is in the mood today. Oh, big crash, big crash. And we're seeing a safety car. Oh, there was an Alfa Romeo in the background there. It's Bottas.
Safety.
So let's look at the pit strategies. There's nothing to be done. We can't do anything. It's too early for Stroll, and we've only just pitted Vettel. Safety car out. Let's have a look at what happened.
Okay, so there we have the Alpine.
The Alpine.
Goodness me, that is a
What has
serious
happened?
collision.
It looks like the Alpine
Safety car
has
is
locked up and gone into the
Safety
back
car
of
is
Valtteri
in
Bottas,
this
sent Bottas into the wall. And just to make it worse, the Alpine is still racing. I can't tell which one it was. I'm presuming that was Ocon. The Alpine is still P12. And Bottas is out of the race as the safety car has gone into the pits now. Racing will resume. Vettel tries to get a jump on Fernando Alonso and he's got the jump. Vettel is up into P7 and now he's challenging Lewis Hamilton. Overtake mode is on ERS. We've got 2.9 laps of petrol
Looks
to
like
use.
Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
Tyres cool.
Yeah, copy.
So we jump ahead to lap 34 now. Lance Stroll has been playing that long
We
game
can take a look now. Now let's watch this.
on the hard
the
tyres.
Alfa Romeo involved in this one.
The hard tyres are starting to wear off now, as you can see here. The Alfa Romeo passing Stroll, so he'll pit this lap and go onto his medium tyres. There he goes into the pit lane. Lance comes out last, but only just behind Nicholas Latifi, and he's on the medium tyre. So we're going to box Vettel onto the mediums now. Where does he come out? This is going to be pivotal for us. If we want points, Vettel comes out P15. That is P15 for Sebastian. Do other cars in front have to pit still? You can go aggressive on these medium tyres. On lap 42, 15 laps for this strategy to pay off.
Have just gained a race position.
And look at the drivers who've had to pit. They didn't go in under the safety car like us.
Safe fuel.
Yeah, copy.
So we're now P10, and look how close we are to try and grab in P9. Gasly behind us though, in the other Alpha Tower. It's Alpha Tower sandwich. As we go round the outside of Tsunoda, can't do it. And we're going to go on the inside of Tsunoda this time. Look how close Sebastian gets to the wall, but he takes a place in P9.
You're doing a good job.
Just dropped Sebastian's tyre wear down to attack instead of aggressive, just to make sure that we had some in the bag. And I think it's possible to get Daniel Ricciardo here. Can we do it? We ride on board with him. Is he just gaining? Is he maintaining that gap? Daniel Ricciardo maintains that gap. Look at the Alpha Tower he's behind. Pierre Gasly has absolutely stun-locked Tsunoda there.
We need a charge here.
So Daniel Ricciardo ended up pitting, which drops us into P7.
Copy that.
We have to defend here though from Fernando
2
Alonso.
laps to go.
Set defend on the ERS. We're all out on the fuel, but look at that. Our ERS comes in clutch and we bomb it down the straight. We left enough tyre in there as well to ensure that we had pace at the end. As we deploy the battery, we take P7. It is points for Sebastian Vettel. It is points for Aston Martin. Our first of the season. What a result. Over in Miami, Lance Stroll finishes with a bit of a limper in P15. Tough race, Stroll says, and that is a fair point. It was tough for him at the back.
Sebastian Vettel sure knows how to show Formula One fans a good time. Great work.
So Sebastian Vettel finishes P7, he gains 5 places. Charles Leclerc wins the Miami Grand Prix from Max Verstappen to Carlos Sainz. But look at that, Sebastian Vettel bringing home points. Lance Stroll did gain 2 places, to be fair to him. Sebastian Vettel goes up into P11 in the driver's standings, picks up his first points of the season. That is 6 points for the team, which drags us all the way from 9th up to 6th in the Constructors, above AlphaTauri, McLaren and Haas. Our target is only P8 for this year. Sebastian Vettel gains himself a development point. I'm not surprised for finishing there, which also means we pay out our first driver bonus, 1.4 million of the season. If Sebastian gets 10th or higher, is due that money. So thanks for tuning in. We're going to Spain next, where we'll hope to carry on this points haul. But can you believe it? Points in Miami. Cheers for watching.